Please excuse the shaking. I can't do anything about that. That's Bugsy panting. Okay, so I filmed this whole the story about how basically this is an episode I've been dreading, and I tried filming it, and I've tried filming it twice, and yeah, anyway, so I'm trying a third time now. This time I'm making it really short and sweet. That's the way to go, because it's just I filmed like this whole long thing about how I went on the Banting diet. I lost a buttload of weight. I think it was 84 pounds or something like that. I'll put all the numbers up on the screen. And then after I got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, I wasn't able to I was doing excessive exercise a lot. I was dieting so strictly, and I took it a bit far. I what's the word? Oh God, my brain fog is on a roll tonight. I wasn't giving my body the nutrition it needed, basically, not enough. So I was gymming every day. In addition to that, I was doing workouts, aerobics at home. I would go jogging around the lake. And I was watching everything that I ate, what went into my body. But I took it too far, and I believe that was what triggered the MS. I mean, I already had MS. We knew this. We knew I had it since I was a child. But I think that was like the first episode, I don't know what you call it, was about then. And I think it was triggered because I wasn't feeding my body properly, and it was taking strain. My hair was falling out, my nails were breaking. I lost so much weight, and fast. I lost it fast. So that's important as well. Yeah, so basically since the multiples, I lost like 88 pounds or 84 pounds, whatever it was, 40 kilograms. And after I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, I had two episodes where the first one, my legs were the spasms, the spasticity in my legs was so bad I couldn't walk. So I had to go into hospital, and they put me on a steroid drip for 3 days. Now, that is a lot of steroids, a lot. And I put on 10 kilograms. And then I think I can't remember if it was during COVID or before. I got COVID before we did a lockdown here. It must have been after the first lockdown, but still before the second lockdown, somewhere around there. I ended up getting optic neuritis, which is also from the multiple sclerosis. And optic neuritis is the inflammation of the nerves in the eyes. So my eyes were they were facing in opposite directions. I couldn't see. I couldn't open my eyelids. The pain was excruciating. Now, I lived alone on the top floor of this building, and we've got lockdowns coming and going. I just couldn't. I had to go back into hospital and back onto a steroid drip for another 3 days. So that was another 10 kilograms. So and my eyes settled down and I could see again after 6 weeks. Now, if I hadn't done the steroids, it would have been a lot longer. And I may have been willing to let it take as long as it takes if I wasn't living alone on the top story of a building that didn't have an elevator, and it was locked down and nobody could bring me food and supplies and whatnot. So I had to do what I had to do. That was actually also the time that I got into podcasts and things and YouTube. I just listened. I couldn't watch TV. I couldn't do anything, so I just listened to podcasts and things. Right, so moving on swiftly. So I basically put on 20 kilograms from all the steroids and things. I was trying to do my face here. I can't do two things at once. I'm not one of those women. I can, so yeah, I was, so 20 kilograms I'd put on from that, and I wasn't able to gym and exercise the way I was before. Oh God, I love that smell. I love this stuff. I'm not going to show you the brand because I don't know if I'm allowed to or what the rules are yet. I'm still new to YouTube. But man, it smells good. It smells good. So last year, so last year I had a relapse again, but a bad one, and I spent most of 2025 basically lying down on my bed, not really being able to do much. And this relapse was quite bad. I don't know how many new lesions are on my brain, I wasn't told. And I believe that there is a reason I haven't been told, because I do tend to freak out about stuff. But anyway, I'm having like really bad, okay, I can't look at you and do my face. God, this stuff is, it's nothing, it's just an El Cheapo from the supermarket, but my God, I love it. Now, I don't know if this is brain fog or ADHD. I've lost track. 7-8 years ago, I've kind of lost track a little bit. I had a scare. They found a huge lump on my thyroid, and that had to be removed. So I've got half a thyroid. I've got menopause now. I've got multiple sclerosis, and I'm having great difficulty in doing any kind of exercise because I've got spasticity and fatigue and all these symptoms that are just not going away. And all this extra weight is making it really, really hard to move my body and to get moving again, and just lots of things. And I've been to the doctor. They've checked my thyroid, they've checked my blood sugar because I'm also insulin resistant, which, man, I've just got like everything going against me here to try and lose the weight again. Anyway, because of, after all of that, they've decided to actually put me on Ozempic. Not long term, just short term, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. And I wasn't sure if I was going to tell anyone about it, but anyway, yeah. So for medical reasons, I've been put on Ozempic. I have been on a clean food diet for 4 months now, and I'm just putting on weight. And for the last, since 2013, I've been on a low carb diet. And I've been very, very good and very strict with what I eat. And it's just not coming off anymore. I think the insulin resistance and the thyroids are just, and together with the MS and the menopause, it's just, anyway. So I am on Ozempic now. I've had 2 injections. So the first one they did. The second one I did, I was petrified. You actually don't feel the needle at all. It's a teeny tiny little needle. You don't feel it. It was quite easy. So the first week, the side effects that I experienced was indigestion, like horrible indigestion. It was really, really painful. Not to the point where I thought I needed to see the doctor. It was although my pain threshold is quite high by this stage. So I had indigestion, I had nausea, constipation, and then after like 4 days, things changed. Sorry about that, technical issue. God, where was I? Yeah, so Ozempic. So after 4 days, I was experiencing, so together with indigestion, the nausea and all that, I realized I can't eat the portion sizes that I used to eat. I'm just not hungry. I am making myself eat because I know my body needs the nutrition. I am being way more careful than I was when I was dieting. I'm still on a clean food diet. That's for the multiple sclerosis. So nothing processed, nothing artificial, no sugar. Okay, I lie. I have a little bit of sugar, like fruit and whatnot. No refined flours or whatever. So really about as healthy as you can get is what I'm doing. And I really focus on trying to get as much nutrients and things in as I can. A lot of the time I make smoothies. Now I've had to, because I'm not hungry, I'm trying to figure out how to do this. So I'm having small meals, but more regularly. And my smoothie was like a staple because I put everything in there. My berries, my spinach, all my chia seeds and cacao and all that stuff went in there, and whatever vegetables I had in the house. So, but I can only get in half of that. I can't drink a full glass of the smoothie anymore. So what I do is I then have half, and then an hour or two later I have another one. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to figure out how my body is it's adjusting. Basically the Ozempic, I haven't done enough research on this to really give you, but this is just what I saw very quickly. Don't take this as law, but what I understand is that there we go. What I understand is that Ozempic changes the way your body digests food, so it sits in your stomach a whole lot longer, and that's why you feel full. It changes the way the body absorbs things from the food. So, but it's so the first few days I was really uncomfortable. I was bloated, constipated, indigestion, burping it was pretty impressive. I should have recorded some of those. But it's starting to settle down now. And I had my second injection yesterday. That was the one that I gave myself. And I have started to notice, I've only been on it for a week. I haven't lost fat, but I'm losing water that I was retaining. These rings were like squeezing my finger, and now throughout the day, they keep like sliding around. So they are getting looser. And that's just water. So I'm feeling very optimistic about this. Feeling physically, I can feel the difference. Energy-wise, strength-wise. I was able to do more today than I've done for a long time. I know I need to watch my spoons, be careful, not do too much. I'm going to figure it out as we go along. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to make this public, but, people are going to notice me losing weight. I don't think it happens very quickly. I think it's 1 kilogram a week. Was it a month? I don't know. Well, it's different for everyone. But when I was on the banting, I was losing maybe 2 kilos a week. It was just melting right off me. I think it was 2 kilos a week. I'm not sure. Anyway, but I figured, well, people are going to see that I'm losing weight, so I'm going to be honest about it. Okay? I'm on it for medical reasons. I'm already feeling a difference, so I can only imagine what it's going to feel like in 3 months. I'm only on it for 3 months. So yeah, I'm hoping that the inflammation is, because the weight affects the inflammation that I have. I wake up every morning not being able to move my body. This morning was the first time I woke up and I could move my legs and I could move my arms. I didn't have to wait an hour before things started working. I wasn't in excruciating pain. So anyway, yeah. So I'm going to document this journey, and I'll tell you what side effects I feel, anything that goes on. the point of this vlog is I want to be honest about whatever I'm doing. I don't want to sugarcoat anything. Nothing's being beautified and prettified. Okay, my skin is being slightly smoothed out because I'm not wearing makeup and I have rosacea on my skin. I am not at the point yet in my life where I feel brave enough to just like, screw it, I'm going to shave on my rosacea. Rosacea, if you don't know it, it's like those little red veins and stuff on your skin. I usually just... Anyway, that's a story for a different day. So, that's where we're at now. It's Wednesday. And I will keep you updated with this journey and what's going on. Next week I'm having some work done on the cottage. There's a groot crack down the side, which is back. It was fixed before. There's just foundation settling, so getting that fixed. The place is going to be painted. They're going to fix a few things in the roof for me, and then they're going to spray this place. I think they're going to soak the cottage in bug spray because I've got cockroaches, ants, flies, rats. There was something else, I don't know, but I've got them all the creepy crawlies and the things that bring germs. And it's not just me. I almost said where I live. The whole town seems to have a rat problem. This is new. So I'm going to be staying somewhere else for a few days, Bugsy too. We are clearing out where all the fumes and the poisons and everything settles, and that's that. So I'm going to try and finish this now. This is a bit longer than I wanted it to be. So yeah, if you'd like to support my channel, which please do, please subscribe, like this video, and if you have any questions about multiple sclerosis, about Ozempic, about being a very happily single middle-aged woman living in a cottage in the South African countryside with her crazy dog who's got the biggest heart on the planet, just comment below and I will answer you as best as I can. And if you're feeling particularly generous, you can buy me a coffee, or you can buy Bugsy a treat. You can specify. I will put the link to my Buy Me a Coffee page in the description below, or you can go to my profile and the link is there. I haven't yet worked out how to make links clickable in the description notes, so sorry about that. It'll have to be a copy and paste story until I get there. And with that, I say good night and thank you very much. Stay safe, stay chilled, stay healthy.